obviously need to do before we do the cage renovations is we need to make a temporary cage because their cage is going to be completely gone. So I'll need something to put it in, or to put them in, while I'm making the cage, which is probably going to take 3 days, if not more. So we are currently in our spare bedroom and I have a bunch of grids. So my goal is to make a 3x5 cage. So it's still quite big, but it's obviously not as big as what they have now, but it's big enough that they can survive in it happily for the next couple of days before I have their bigger cage ready. So for a 3x5, I need 16 grids. So I've got 16 grids here and a bunch of connectors. I don't have enough connectors because I made that, sorry, it's a fly. Because I made that bunk bed, I used a heap of the new grids and a heap of the new connectors. So they're in there. So basically what will happen is as I start taking the cage apart, I'll bring in the connectors to finish it off. Hi, X. Hi. Do you want to be in the video? Want to say hi to the people? Hello, it's me, X. Sorry, they're there. Look at there. So pretty much first things first is I don't think this space that I've got right now is big enough for 3 grids. So I'm going to have to check that, and if not, move the bed. No, not big enough. All right. Excuse me. All right, so that should be big enough now. Perfect. All right. So if you've never made a CNC cage before, it's pretty simple. They're pretty straightforward. They are very fiddly and it can take a little while to get used to what you're doing. But basically, so this is the grid, this is the connector, and all you do is just put the grid into one of the corners of the connector. That's it. And I'm going to put another one on this side, and then that'll stand, and then I'll just pop another grid into the same connector. What I'm going to do to start with is make a corner so it'll stand up by itself. So I'm just going to pop this one this way, and then just pop a connector on the corner here. Look, now it stands. So we are 2 across. Now I don't have enough connectors to do top and bottom right now on all of them. But I'll do as many as I can and then we'll fix the rest later. See, without a connector on top, that'll stay for the moment, as long as I don't mess around with it. But also, if you're making like a long-term CNC cage, your best friend is zip ties. So once you have like this here, what you would do is put a zip tie here and probably another zip tie here and make it as tight as you can. And that's pretty much what holds the cage together, is zip ties, because grids and connectors are great, but they're not really long-term. Zip ties make them longer term. But just keep in mind, it's really annoying if you want to change it around or anything like that, because you got to cut all the zip ties. So you probably need a couple hundred zip ties to get one cage together of a decent size. But yeah, so let's keep going. Let me move Jenga out of the way. It is as easy as that. Hello, baby. X. Hello. You're so cute. So it's as easy as that. I've got to go out of the room so I can fit it in the whole picture, but that is a 3x5 CNC cage. So you would generally have connectors on the top of those grids, but like I said, I don't have enough at the moment. And you'd zip tie them, but this is only temporary, so I'm not zip tying it. So basically the plan is, what I'm going to do is wait until the day that I'm going to move the guinea pigs out and bring the core flute that's already in their cage into here. So I'm not cutting anymore, because with the new cage, which you'll see very shortly, there's going to be no core flute in it at all. So basically I'll put it in here and then get rid of it after that. But yeah, I'll check back in once I have started the process. All I'm going to do is just put the core flute back in. You know what I am going to do? I'm going to add more grids to this. I feel so bad putting them in a 3x5. Like, even though it's only just for a couple of days, I feel like a monster. So I'm going to just extend it a couple more grids. That'll help my conscience a little. I'll probably get another 2. Alright, so I'm just putting in all their hides and stuff like that now, but the reason that I changed their bedding today, or a couple of hours before I moved them, was so that when I moved it into this bed, it would still be essentially clean, but it would smell like them. So they're going to be a lot more comfortable in here than they would be with the fresh sheets, because it's not a known environment, it's a new environment for them. So I'm going to put in a load of hides. They seem pretty adventurous even though I've just put them in here. So temporary cage is, I added a grid so it's a 3x6 now. I'm a little bit more comfortable with it being this big than I was with it being a 3x5. I just feel bad because they're in such a big cage that I didn't want to take too much of their space away. This is still substantially smaller than what they had, but sorry, I'm really puffed. But it's better than nothing, so I just rushed everything in here. So it's not a great setup, but I've got their hay, a bed, their bunk bed, their food, tunnel, and I left that there just in case they were a little bit shy so they can get their food and stuff from the tunnel. The Pipkins Alpine Lodge House with their little bridge, and then I've got their water bottle there and another bed here. So they seem to like it. This will be their home for the next couple of days. We start the renovations of their new cage tomorrow. Tonight I'll be taking apart their old cage and I'll be vacuuming the floor, steam cleaning the floor and everything like that. But I think because I've used the liners that have been in their cage pretty much for most of the day, that they are a lot more comfortable in here than they would be if I had to put in fresh liners. And the core flute's theirs anyway. I'm sure it's got their smell. And obviously all their beds and everything like that. So they seem a lot more relaxed than I thought they would be.